Thank you, Madam Chair, dear Mr. Dugilevich, dear colleagues. The European Investment Bank is the long-standing financing partner of the EU institutions, contributing to EU integration, economic and social cohesion and regional development through dedicated investment instruments. The European Investment Fund and the European Fund for Strategic Investments play a key role in complementing the EIB's interventions. The catalytic effect of the EIB's fundraising is a key element in defining EU added value and ensuring that Europe remains a leading player worldwide in terms of competitiveness, innovation, infrastructure and attractiveness. Having regard to the above mentioned, I would like to attract your attention to the main elements of the report. Firstly, enhancing the sustainability of the EIB's investment policy. In 2015 was signed €77.5 billion of operations, out of which €69.7 billion went to EU member states and €7.8 billion went outside the EU. Here we should mention the importance of consistency of EIB financed activities with the EU's general strategy and political priority areas. The EIB is a core actor needed to revitalize the EU economy and maximize the effectiveness and value for money of available financial resources. It is necessary EIB systematically to pay attention to mid and long-term effects when defining investment actions and its funding decisions, and to invest in projects of systematic importance in the long term. While there is a need to speed up economic recovery and help certain economic sectors and geographical areas catch up, it is important to have a balanced strategy with a dynamic and transparent geographical distribution of projects and investment among EU member states. Also, it is important that the corresponding banks in the member states, in order to facilitate the small and medium business, should act so as not to complicate the criteria and the rules. Secondly, monitoring the EIB's impact in the implementation of key public areas. The report on the results and impact of the EIB operations inside the European Union in 2015 reveals that the investments are in the key areas: innovation and skills, small and medium enterprises, infrastructure and environment. EIB should continue to define its monitoring indicators, in particular with regard to the contribution of the European Union policies. Thirdly, monitoring of the EFSI's added value and additionality. The EFSI aims at leveraging through the EIB at a total of €315 billion in extra investment and new projects, and the EIB Group is developing various new products that will allow for higher risk-taking. In this regard, the result-driven investments should be regularly assessed through the scoreboard of indicators by the Investment Committee, with a view to identifying well-targeted projects in terms of their contribution to growth and jobs, and to having an objective overview of their additionality, added value and consistency with Union policies. Fourthly, deepening the EIB's transparency, accountability and internal control as a prerequisite for better corporate governance. EIB's operations must be accompanied by greater transparency and deepened accountability, so as to ensure genuine public scrutiny of its activities, project selections and funding priorities. Transparency in the implementation of European Union policies not only leads to strengthening the EIB's overall corporate accountability and credibility, but also contributes to enhancing the effectiveness and sustainability of the funded projects, alongside a zero-tolerance approach to fraud and corruption in the loan portfolio. It is important for the EIB to pursue its fight against tax evasion, tax fraud and avoidance, irregular activities and money laundering. Having in mind the role of the EIB to finance a broad spectrum of activities within and outside the EU and the significance of this financing for the economic growth, it is important this institution to fulfill its activities at the highest possible level. Thank you.